Hello and welcome to this complete user's guide and tutorial on everything you'll need to know to get up and running with Keynote. So Keynote is what PowerPoint is for Windows. It is a presentation software that is built into every Mac. If you buy a MacBook or a Mac Studio or a Mac Neo, you will have Keynote installed on your device. Now, unfortunately, as of recent updates, there is now a premium version of Keynote that is part of Apple's Creator Studio plan, and we'll talk about that towards the end of the video. And there will be timestamps down below for you to jump between sections to go to where you need to be to answer whatever specific question that you may have. So if Keynote is not installed on your Mac or for some reason it's not up to date, what you want to do is open up the App Store. You can use Spotlight by just pressing Command Space and then just search for Keynote. As you can see here, if it is available, you can just open it like I've done here, or you can go to your app selection and just select the Keynote application and open it that way. In order to find out if it's the most up-to-date version of Keynote, go ahead and open it up. And then just click on About Keynote like I've done here. And as you can see, I'm running version 15.2, but you may be running 15.3 or 4. The same thing that I'm going to be talking about today will be applicable. Just make sure you update your applications. That way, any bugs or any things that need to be implemented will be done. Now, let's go ahead and just dive into it. When you open Keynote for the first time, you are going to be presented with the theme selector or theme chooser, whatever you want to call it. Now, I'll go ahead and show you. Everything with the little purple star icon or logo, these are themes that are only included in the Creator Studio package or the premium version of Keynote. But the beauty of this is that the majority of what you'll see are going to be free themes, or you can think of these as templates. So here is the basic ones. These are for business, but as you can see, a lot of those will have that purple logo. So you just need to navigate to the sections here and find the ones, if you are in the free version, that are understandably free with not being notated by that purple icon. So if I click on one with that icon and I try to apply that theme, it will then ask you, hey, do you want to subscribe to Creator Studio? If you do, you can go ahead and accept the free trial and give them your payment information. But what I would recommend that you do is go ahead and find one that isn't, a part of the premium, just to see if you like the software. When you found one that you like, go ahead and double click on it, and it will go ahead and open up the main Keynote interface. So the next section is going to be the interface tour, where I take you through the interface and show you what everything does. The slide navigator, or this left sidebar over here, can be hidden by just choosing this here and showing only the slides. You can show the actual navigator. You can decide exactly what you want this sidebar to show. The center here is your canvas. This is where you go and double click on text to change it. This is where you add elements and animations. So everything that's going to happen within a presentation will be on this main center canvas here. Next is our toolbar at the very top. This is where you will be able to add slides. You'll be able to press play. You'll have all of the different features that are within the Keynote presentation software. And then right here where it shows you a percentage, you can even decrease or increase the size of that just to give you a better viewpoint of what your slides are looking like. The right sidebar, or the format sidebar, is going to be specific to what you have selected. So if we have text selected here within our presentation, on the right-hand sidebar here, we will see every formatting option that we have for that specific element on the slide. This is context sensitive. It will change based on what's selected. Next is our animate sidebar, which is on the right, and it's on the top right. So right here where you see this little icon here, this is the animate option here. So this is where we can go to add animations, in animations, out animations, and action animations as the elements stay on. Think of it when you are creating a PowerPoint, if you've ever done that. Any of those things that you see with elements moving, coming in, coming out of a presentation, those are all built in the animation sidebar, which is over here. Next is going to be our document sidebar. That's going to be the rightmost toggle here. So you can see next to the animate, we can go ahead and show that. This basically shows everything like the slide size, the background, the transitions for the whole deck. So if there's a slide to slide transition, that will be shown here. So everything about the slide as a whole will be shown here. Anything with the animations will be shown here, and anything about specific elements within a slide will be shown here underneath the paintbrush. Next, we have our view menu, which is on the top left-hand side here. That's our navigator. I've already shown you that. We can go here and do a couple of things like edit the layouts, show object lists, things of that nature. This is really just showing you how you can view the editor as you're working on your presentation. And if you ever want to hide one of these right-hand sidebars here, you just click on the one that's active, and that will go ahead and disable and slide that over to the right. Now, the next section is going to be all about building your first slides. So as you can see, you have the templated slides here, and slide number 1 is already inserted for you. So if we click the title placeholder right here and double click, that will go ahead and allow us to type in a title for this slide. The same goes for your subtitle. You can just start typing there, and then any other text element, you can double click to change the already inserted text. If you want to remove a text element or any element on a slide, you'll just select it with your mouse, hit backspace or delete on your keyboard, and you're good to go. As with anything in Keynote, you can hit Command-Z on your keyboard to undo that action. Very easy, very simple. Now, if we want to add a new slide, what we will do is we'll click the Addition button right here where it says Add New Slide. So right next to Play, this allows us to add a new slide by clicking the Addition button, and right here you'll see all of the suite of slides that are built in the template or theme that you chose from the beginning. So if you want this to be a title and a photo slide, you can choose this one. If you want this one to be title, bullets, live video, you choose what you want it to be. And there's even an option to choose a blank slide here at the bottom. We'll do a title and a photo right here. As you can see on our left-hand sidebar, we now have slide number 1, which is this one, and slide number 2, which is the one that we just added. Remember, any slides that we add, so if I add another one and I add a blank slide, you can see it will show up here in the order in which you add them. If you want to rearrange or reorder your slides, click and hold those on the left-hand sidebar. You'll see them come available or kind of become more protruding outwards, and then you just drag that where you want it in the actual presentation. Now, if we go here and choose this one, every element can be individually edited with our right-hand format bar on the right-hand side that I showed you earlier. But when we have an image selected, over here under our formatting bar, we'll have a section called Image. As you can see, there's an option here to replace that image. This is how you add images. We'll go ahead and insert this image here. So you find your image, select it, hit Insert, or double-click the image, and it will replace that image with the one you see here. Now, what you may notice with your images is they don't quite fit the framing that Keynote gives them. If you want that to be fixed or you want to remedy that, you would go to that image, make sure it's selected, and then go to our Arrange tab over here on our right-hand sidebar, and where it says Constrain Proportions, you would just uncheck that there and go to Original Size. This gives you the ability to see the full image and then have these little drag icons here where we can click and hold and drag the image. Now, if you notice, it distorts the image. We do not want that. So what you would do is you would hold the Shift key on your keyboard, grab one of those alignment lines, and as you see, as I drag this, it will no longer be distorted. Why is that? Because it is evenly distributing the X and Y axis. So hold down Shift on your keyboard and then realign that image and put it exactly where you want it. As with any element within Keynote, we can select that element and click and hold and drag that. You're going to notice what I call alignment lines or grids that show up for you here. So we want this to be lined on both the vertical and horizontal axis. And so what we would do is we would drag that until we see those lines line up exactly like we want them, and then release the mouse to get that element exactly where we want it. Now, if we want to show the outline view, what you would do is you would go up to View, and then right here, you would change that to Outline. Now, what does Outline allow us to do? The Outline shows us, instead of the images over here, it actually shows us the types of slides. And we can give these slides names. What I prefer to do is view this in the navigator view, which is what I showed you earlier, because that gives me more of a visual kind of cue of what the slides are looking like together, and I can see coming from one slide to the next what that transition may look like. Now, if you want to group slides together, we can actually select a slide, hold down Command, and select another slide. You can see they're both selected, and then what I can do is I can drag multiple slides at once if we have, like, say 30 slides, and we don't want to individually drag them where we want them. All right, next we're going to talk about text, images, and shapes, as well as media. Now, we have a blank slide here. Again, we went up to the addition symbol, added a blank slide like so, and now we're going to be talking about adding elements. What you'll notice in your toolbar is you will have a number of tools in the upper right-hand portion. I'm highlighting those now. Anything that is highlighted in purple is a premium feature. Again, I don't like how they've done this. This is just how they have. So I'm ignoring those right now. I'm assuming you have the free version of Keynote. So in order to add a text box, right here where the A is surrounded by the box, you just click into that and that automatically adds our text box. Now we'll go ahead and add text to that box just like so. And if we click off that box, you can see we can select it and drag that anywhere. We can grab the alignment grids and make that actually bigger. But if we want to make our font or text bigger, what we would do is we'd select that text, and over on the right hand side under Style and Text, we can choose how we want that text or font to look. So we can change the font style by just checking a new font here on the drop down. We can go to where it says body, and we can change this to a title, a quote, and a statement. So we'll go ahead and go to title to make it a bit bigger. You can see anything that you would normally see in a word processor like Apple's Pages or Microsoft Word will show up here. Things like the color of the text. We can go here and select a specific color. We can go here to the alignment and align it center, right, or left aligned. Just know that this alignment is within the box itself. So if I make this text box this big, it's going to align it to the left, not on our slide, but in our text box. So again, just understand that. So once you're done and you have the text like you want, you can go to Layout, and then you can go to Style. Now, the style allows you to change like the styling of that box, not the text itself. So these are things you'll want to play around with. So once we've added our text, we'll go ahead and put that text in the very center by using our alignment grid. What we're going to do with images is a little bit different, but it works very similar. So what you'll do is up here in the toolbar, you will see something here that allows you to add an image. So right here where it says choose an image, movie, or audio file, it's the paperclip icon. Click on that guy there, and then you want to choose a photo or a video. We'll go ahead and choose this photo of my daughter. We'll click that there, and then we will double click that just like so, and then it will insert that image into my Keynote. Now, as you can see, I'll have the same alignment tabs here on the upper and bottom portions of the screen, allowing me to adjust the size of that image. So we'll go ahead and put an image here, and as you can see, that image is now part of this slide. Now, when you have an image selected, you'll see a whole new suite of style and formatting options on the right side. Now, the style up here allows you to choose different pre-built styles. Like this one here adds a nice little reflection to the bottom. This one here adds a nice little back glow. This one here adds a border around it, but we're going to choose this one here that adds a nice little reflection. I think that's a really good look. Now, with anything within images, it's very simple. You can insert an image of your own, or once we have that inserted, we can then right-click that and we can align it, we can distribute it, we can cut it, and then we can even replace the image here. With the new Creator Studio, there are a lot of AI features. Like this one here, we can generate from image. It allows AI, whether it be ChatGPT or Apple Intelligence, which is very poorly done, by the way. I would not mess with these. If you want to do AI generated images, go to another tool like ChatGPT itself and then bring the images into Keynote. That's just a recommendation by me. Right here where it says image, you can see we can edit it. We can add exposure and saturation settings. We can give the image a description, and everything you would do with text, you can do with images as well. Now let's talk about shapes. Go up to your toolbar and you're going to see the circle and the little square icon. Select that option there, and you will see a number of pre-made shapes like the square, the circle, the rectangle, very similar and very expected options. But right here we can draw with pen. So if we select draw with pen, we can double click and we can create our own custom image, as you can see here. Once you've added that square, you can click and hold, drag that anywhere on your canvas. And the same thing goes for this. We can drag and drop exactly where and how we want that square to look. Again, holding down Shift on our keyboard allows us to do this proportionately to make our square look exactly proportionate on all four sides. So once you have your shape on the slide, you can select it. You can change the color of that over on the formatting. We can change the arrangement of that as well. Again, shapes, images, text, they all work very similar with different options in the formatting sidebar. Now, let's talk about video and audio. So with video, what you would do is you can go to toolbar. So if we go to our toolbar up here, we can go to the same attachment option here, and we can choose a photo or a video. Now there's a couple of things that we'll do here. Let's go to choose photo or video, and then we'll go here and we will select this video, just like that, and it will begin adding that to our presentation. Now, with videos, you either want them to start as the slide is presented, or you want to have the ability to press an action key to play that video. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna drag this video to a new slide. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here and we are going to cut that video, go to our new slide and Command V or paste it, and now it's going to be on a new slide. Now, as you can see, there is a play button. If I click it, the video begins to play, right? Now, we'll talk about exactly what you'd want to do in presentation mode to make this video play. But as for now, just know that you can insert videos exactly with this clip icon here, just like you would with images. Now let's talk about audio. So we're going to create a new blank slide. As you see here, we'll go to the clip icon here and go to choose music. This is going to allow us to choose music. Now, you can record audio with your input device on your Mac. So if you want to record a voiceover, you can go to record audio and do that here. So just know you can add audio from this clip icon, or you can add custom audio from your Finder and then just dragging that onto the slide. Very easy, very simple. All right, that's everything I want to talk to you about adding those different elements. Now let's talk about tables and charts. So if we go to our toolbar up here and we can see our table icon, this allows us to choose the type of table that we want to add, like the formatting. Do we want things to be highlighted? Do we want it to be with borders? Go through these, find the ones that you like, and then just click on it, and that will add that table. Click anywhere on the table to drag it around like any other element that you see. And then if you double click within a cell, a specific block in that table, you can begin typing with that within that specific cell. Same goes for over here. We'll just double click and we'll begin typing in that table. If you click off of that and then you click on it again, you can see we can drag left or right to increase or decrease the size. And just know that the Shift key on your keyboard works for proportions on these as well. So if we wanted to, we could always add columns or rows by going here, selecting this and upping the number. Same goes for the vertical option here. We can select that option, go to these two lines, and we can increase or decrease the number of rows within our table very easily within the actual presentation itself. So that's everything you would need to know about tables. Now, what if we want to add a chart? So we'll go here, we'll drag our table over here, and in the toolbar, we will see a chart icon, which is kind of looks like a pie. And this allows us to add 2D, 3D charts, as well as interactive charts. We'll add a 2D chart just for the purposes of this video, and we'll add this type of chart here. As you can see, the chart looks very nice, but again, you have to give the chart data points. So if we go here and double click on that chart, over on the side over here, you can see all the different options that you want to add and all the different things that you may want to add. But the Edit Chart Data button is where you click on and it brings up this guy here. This is where you go in and change the actual data that impacts the way the chart looks and shows on your presentation. So if we change that number to 45, then that box there is going to change to 45. So if we X out now, you can see that little bar in April went up from 15 to 45. So all of that's done within chart data. The way the chart looks is done over on your right-hand formatting bar. All right, next, let's talk about animations, transitions, and different things to make your, slideshow look nice. So if we select our slide navigator on the left-hand side, you can click animate in the format sidebar. So what we can do is we can select this first slide here and go over here to these two little diagonal kind of looking icons here, and we want to add an effect. Now these transitions will be within the slide. So if we select an element here and go to add an effect, we'll add a appear effect, which means that whenever it shows up, it will appear kind of like it's fading in. If we select this text here, we can add another effect here. Just know that the built-in or in effects, or as they come into the slide, the actions are the ones that happen as they are on the slide, and the build-out effects are the ones that happen as they're going out of the slide itself. Those are three different things. You have to understand them to make them work. What you would do is you would select that slide, and over here where you don't have an element selected, you would go to add an effect. So we'll add an effect here, and we want this to just drop. So what that means is that next slide will just drop in. So now when we play this back, as you can see, and we press space to go ahead and progress, that slide just goes ahead and drops in. Make sure you do not have an element selected. Remember, if you have an element selected and it's highlighted like this image, the options and animations that you add over here, whether they be in, out, or action items, are going to be applied to that element, not the slide itself. So that's the difference in a slide in and out animation and an element in and out animation. So we'll go ahead and select this image, go to add an effect, and we want it to go ahead and twirl, just like so. Boom, like that. And it twirls. So what that looks like is when you're playing this, you press the space bar, boom, it twirls that animation and that element out of the slide. So again, we have elements and slide animations. We've talked about those. All right, the next thing we're going to be talking about is presenter notes and rehearsing. So if we go up to View and then we go to Show Presenter Notes, or you can do Shift-Command-P on your keyboard, it's going to bring up a little notepad here at the bottom. These are going to be presenter notes. And as you notice, there is a premium feature here called Generate Presenter Notes. If you click that, if you have Creator Studio, it will try to figure out what you might want your presenter notes to say. I like doing mine myself. So what you would do is you would just start typing notes that you would want to see on your end. So let's say you're looking at your computer, but it's being presented on a big presenter board, then you can see the things that you've typed here. So we'll type our presenter notes here, just like so, and make yourself some notes. That way you know when you get in front of people, you know exactly what to say on exactly that slide. So if we select slides, all the presenter notes will be different. As you see, here's different notes here at the very bottom. Now, if you want to rehearse, what you would do is you would go to the play menu, rehearse slideshow. So if we go to play and then go to rehearse slideshow, I'm going to show you what that looks like. This shows you what's called the presenter view. So if we go ahead and go to different slides, we'll go to slide 1 of 5. This is what you would see. So let's say you have a viewing monitor or a monitor to view this, and then an external monitor that the audience is seeing on their side. That's the presenter. You're seeing the presenter view, they're seeing the actual final product. This gives you a timestamp. This gives you what slide you're on, what slide's coming next, and then if you have any presenter notes, it will show up on the bottom of that. In order to get out of this, you hit escape and you are good to go. Now, presenting, very simple. You hook this up to an external display if that's what you're wanting to do, and you click play in the toolbar, which is this play button here, or you click Command Option P on the keyboard. So Command Option P, and the slideshow begins to play. Just know it will start from whatever slide you're on when you actually click play. So if I hit left on the arrow keys, it will go left. If I hit right, it will go right. Just know the actions that will take place on the next button you click are whatever animations are next. Here's the video. If I want to play the video on a slide, I'll hit the space bar. That video will begin to play, and then I'll hit the space bar again, and the video goes away. Hitting escape on our keyboard removes us from the presentation, and we're back here in edit mode just like that. There's a couple of options you can do. You can use an iPhone as a remote. Just install Keynote on your iPhone, open up Keynote on the iPhone, go to remote, link it to your Mac with Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, and you are good to go. Now let's talk about exporting and sharing your presentation. First, you want to save it. So go to File, go to Save As, and it's going to save as a Keynote file first on your Mac. So we'll go ahead and give this a name, Presentation 1, and we'll go ahead and save that. Now, if you want to export, you go to File, and then you go right here to where you see Export To, and you'll see a number of different file formats. If you want it to be a PDF, select that. If you want to view this or show this on a PC, a Windows PC, you would choose PowerPoint. You have movie, you have animated GIF, you have image, HTML, Keynote 09. I would choose Keynote. This will save it as a Keynote file that you can access on your Mac and show it on your Mac, but you'll know kind of what format you'll want to export. You can require a password by selecting that tick box there. And then we can even send a copy via AirDrop message notes right here. We go to Save. That will save it where we want to save it in our downloads. We'll go ahead and replace the one we've already saved. Now, if we open our Finder right here, you can see our presentation, and on a Mac, you can press the space bar with that highlighted, and it'll actually show you the actual presentation in preview mode. I actually like that feature. So that's how you share, that's how you export. Really, really simple to do. Now, let's talk about Apple Creator Studio. This is new in 2026 and beyond, right? It's brand new in Keynote 15 and beyond. And let's talk about it. So it's an optional paid subscription from Apple that adds a bunch of AI features inside Keynote. In my opinion, Keynote's been a great piece of software way before this, and it's going to be a great piece of software after. You decide if those AI tools and features are worth it for you. There are things like auto-generated presenter notes. There's slide cleanup, which allows AI to tidy your alignment and spacing. Photorealistic image generation. I mean, there's a ton of this, right? But to be honest, it's optional, it's paid, and you don't need it to make great presentations, but it's worth knowing that it exists. And if you want to check it out, you can just Google Apple Creator Studio and open up that top link, which is the Apple website here, and it will break it down for you. There's a 3-month free trial, and it comes with way more than just Keynote. It comes with audio editing, video editing software, Pixelmator Pro, which is an image editing software. There is a whole bunch involved here, but again, we're all inundated with subscriptions all throughout our life. So this may not be one you want to choose, but if it is, it's really up to you. Now, that is it. That's how you do everything to get up and running with Keynote to make amazing presentations. I hope this was helpful. I'll have some frequently asked questions in the pinned comment down below. If you would, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.